Excellent. Thank you very much, everyone. And thanks for continuing to put up with me this afternoon. So my name is Jacqui Owen. I'm the Relationship Manager at the College of Law, and I am based in Brisbane, which is Toowoomba land. So welcome to all my fellow Queenslanders, but we're here to talk practical legal training across the nation. And I'll be giving sort of a bit of a high-level chat because this is a TED Talk and we are zipping through all the information in the next 18 minutes or so. However, the good news that I have to bring you is on the, what date did we decide? 22nd of April, I think it might be. I think that's a Friday, lunchtime. The College of Law is going to host a national practical legal training presentation that'll run 45 minutes with 15 minutes for question and answer, and everyone that's registered for this session will get a personal invitation to attend. So let's just chat about sort of PLT in sort of the broader sense today, and then we can reconvene. And if you're not able to join us on the 22nd, then certainly register anyway, because you'll get the recording. So there was a few people asking questions about practical legal training and when they should do it, whether they wait till they start their clerkship or their graduate position, or whether they should do it first. That is a really, I guess, personal question unique to your own circumstances. And I would say start it when you think it's best to you. I know that a lot of students will wait and do it in the firm that they're starting with because they will want to do it as an experience with their group. But some people will have a break between finishing uni, say they finish mid-year, and they're not starting their position, their graduate role, to say the following February, and they take that time in between because they want to concentrate on one thing and then move into work. Have that discussion with your people that are your hiring partner or the HR team as well, because sometimes they will cover the cost when you get to the firm. They'll reimburse you. Sometimes they will reimburse you, but not for the full amount. So have that discussion about that and make that decision based on your unique circumstance, and certainly happy to chat offline with people. So let's just get started. I'll try and keep an eye on the questions as well. So this is my lovely friend Jaya, and she's one of our graduates, and she basically has summarised it really well. The College of Law is really flexible. Most of the people coming to us have jobs or are in a work experience situation, and it's very flexible as to it's designed, our course, to actually fit around people working full time. So I love this expression. University teaches you the theoretical foundations of the law. It's teaching you about the law, and we're adding those practical skills on top of it. So university helps you to build that boat, and PLT at the College of Law is going to teach you how to sail that boat. So use that knowledge, add the practical skills on the as the additional layer, and then send you out into the profession as a competent entry-level lawyer. As one of the panelists before mentioned, you're not expected to know everything. You will, have the basic skills and competency and confidence to step out as an entry-level lawyer. I'm just turning my phone on so I can keep an eye on the time. Okay, this is the career path for you. You might still be within your law degree, and one thing I do want to point out is it's not enough just to have a law degree to call yourself a lawyer or solicitor. In fact, you can get yourself into a spot of bother from the powers that be. You do, of course, require a law degree, but then you need to add the practical legal training on top of that. So that's another qualification, which is your graduate diploma of legal practice, and declare yourself a fit and proper person. And each admitting body in each stage will have different requirements for you to work through, and put in your application for admission to the profession. And then once that's approved, you'll go through an admission ceremony, and that's when someone will move and recommend your admission to the profession, and you'll take an oath, sign the roll, and then you will be a solicitor, and you can call yourself a lawyer or solicitor. So that's really important to realise that there is that extra step. And of course, once you're admitted as a legal professional, you might work as a solicitor. You might work in other roles that require legal knowledge, but might not technically be a lawyer. And you might hear the call to the bar. And I'm not talking about going to the pub in the corner on a Friday afternoon, of course. I'm talking about becoming a barrister. So once you are admitted as a legal professional, if you do want to become a barrister, there's an entry test to take, and then you do the bar course, and then you are admitted as a barrister. And different states have different sort of arrangements, whether barristers are separate from solicitors or not. So in Queensland, they're separate, but not always in other states. All right, well, PLT and I'm saying PLT, short for Practical Legal Training at the College of Law, very much about flexibility, fitting in around your life and your requirements. It's about supporting you through the course. We are not here to fail you and drop you out of the course. We're here to get you through and get you to that endpoint. And we have amazing support and lecturers and our careers team and our student services team who are here to support you to get through that course to be the best entry-level lawyer that you can. And as I mentioned before, it is about stepping out with confidence. I think I've talked about a few of the flexibility, but certainly our emphasis at the College of Law is giving you those real-world skills through doing the law rather than just learning the law. So you'll have actual tasks that reflect and mimic the actual world of work. So you are practicing in a safe, secure environment those legal skills, those practical legal skills that you will require as an entry-level lawyer. So it's more than just learning the theoretical part of the law. We're very much setting you up for success, giving you all the tools and the confidence and the practice of those skills to be able to step out into the profession with to succeed in that first job. We're also trusted by over 30 of Australia's top international and national firms to train their graduates. So from the previous panel, 3 of those firms entrust the College of Law to actually teach the practical legal training as part of their graduate program. So that's very exciting. So we actually go down into the firms and run the course from there. So the ones that don't sometimes will come and do what they call a part program. So they won't do the full program. They'll do it sort of more in-house and then come to us for some of the subjects. So there's more firms on top of that for the full project. Okay, going through some of the general information, you can do our course 100% online or mixed, so a blended format, which really means we've changed due to COVID. So traditionally it was always week 1 was what we call our, well, we call it various things, but sometimes we call it on-site workshop week, intensive first week. And that was always face-to-face at one of our College of Law locations or other regional locations as well. And then you would move on to the rest of the course being online and you sort of work through the work individually. Because of course, COVID has changed everything. The first week can be done, it's online, but it's in a Zoom classroom, so a Zoom situation. Very similar to that, but it's more interactive. So it's not like this, me talking to you in a one-way direction. It's very much everyone's faces on the screen and we are in a workshop and you go into breakout rooms and you come back in and you work in groups. So you can do that first week online and then move on to the rest of the course, working through your work probably more so individually, or you can come in and do that first week in the classroom environment and then move on to the rest online. So there's two options now, which is really great. And that first week, if it's not taught online, we do teach it in 19 different locations across Australia. We also have evening classes available. So if you've started a new job or you're very busy at work and you don't really want to take that first week off and do that Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, you can certainly divide it up onto a nighttime option. So you can take week 1, we chop it up into about 12 bits, and across 6 weeks, you come in 2 nights a week, but online. So it's really convenient. You can get home or stay in the office and log into PLT. We do offer it part-time or full-time. So 15 weeks is our full-time program and 30 weeks is our part-time program. And we recommend that if you are working full-time. And that first week is full-time, whether you are full-time or part-time. And we have about 150 intakes a year across all of our states. So really, you don't have to wait very long for the next intake. Let's just rip through some of this really quickly. Very much about practical skills, skills for the real life. So we role play what it's really like to be a lawyer. So interviews, negotiation, courtroom appearances, how to announce yourself. And you're under the guidance of real lawyers, real barristers, real legal professionals who will give you that feedback and help you improve those skills in a safe, secure environment so that when you do it for real, you'll know what you're doing. So that's what we want. We want to get you to that stage. So we're very much about focusing on those tasks that you will do day to day, mimicking real world matters, and some of the work that you will do as an entry lawyer position. And it's all about feedback. So you get individual feedback from our teaching team. And then at the end of each subject is, we used to call them oral exams, but I guess it's really a review session where a lecturer will ask you verbal questions. So it's not about writing big assignments. It's about, hey, let's reflect on the subject. What did you learn? What did you think about it? And sort of key questions from that material. So it's very much about how your boss would interact with you in a firm or in whatever organisation, right? That your boss doesn't say, hey, write me a 1,000-word essay by next Friday to tell me what you're up to. They come in and say, hey, what's going on with this? Where are we up to? What's going on? And it's sort of teaching you to give that verbal summary. Look, we've got some statistics there. I'm going to skim over them because I want to get to the really meaty stuff, and I am aware that I only have 5 more minutes. Yeah, nearly 50 years of teaching, training lawyers. Over sort of 77% of law students, graduates throughout Australia, do choose the College of Law. We think we've discussed all this. Oh, you can, any job that you're doing. So if you end up in one of the firms that we've just met, that will count towards your practical legal training. And we also have a really great careers team that can assist you with the skills. So here's where you can do your face-to-face. So this is so the capital city. Most of those locations, Brisbane, Canberra, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide and Perth, will have physical locations. And then in Queensland, we go out, we send our lecturers out to Cairns, Townsville, Rockhampton, Sunshine Coast, Gold Coast. Oh, they've missed one. Toowoomba. That's when you let Sydney people do your map. So we send our lecturers out there, and we also do the same in New South Wales, and I seem to have lost that, that slide. We've got lots of intakes coming up, full-time intakes, part-time intakes, evening intakes, and I encourage you to jump online at www.collaw.edu.au and have a look at what's happening in your states. But 150, there's too many to list. So PLT itself is divided into your coursework, so that 15 or 30 weeks of coursework. Then we add your work experience. So it's either 75 days of legal work experience. 60 of those days can be obtained in the 2 years before you start PLT. So that's exciting. Or we have a 15-day option with a module, or at the moment there's a 0-day requirement with a mentor, but that is only running until the end of the year. Then you also do some CPE. It's really important that lawyers do a component of CPE in every state. It's a requirement of the admitting body. We practice that in PLT, so we'll give you some really cool modules to do, and that ticks off that component. So in the coursework, we start with that 1 week of lawyer skills, and you're learning the work, you're practicing doing that work. So you'll have some matters and documents to prepare as if you were working on real files. You will submit that to your lecturer, who is like your boss, who reviews it and gives you feedback, and then you can incorporate that feedback that makes you learn more, and then you can put that into practice to make that work better. So that's sort of how that works. As I mentioned, we've got 3 different options for work experience. It really will depend on your unique situation. So if you're working, you'll do the 75 days. If you've been working throughout uni, the last couple of years of uni, you've already done 60 days. So that's, I had a student tell me last night that was the best news he'd heard all week. Or if you are wanting to sort of speed things up, you can do 15 days of work experience with a 5-week online program. Now, just to note, if you are coming to us from Western Australia, that's 25 days. It's a little bit different in Western Australia. And we do have careers coaches and a jobs board to assist you in gaining those PLT placements. Here's our CPD information. So basically 10 pretty cool modules about legal tech and business skills. So giving you those additional skills to be able to step out into a firm with confidence as well. So yes, you get an extra certificate, which is quite cool as well. So we have lawyers, barristers, legal professionals, tribunal members, so many different people working within the legal profession that they are still practicing themselves, and then they are really passionate about developing the next generation of legal professionals. So they teach for us part-time. Some of our staff are full-time and have been lawyers in the past. Some of the support that you have through the College of Law is our amazing student liaison team. So if you have any questions about anything sort of on the admin side, or changing things, or scheduling assessment, you can talk to them. You'll also have all your lecturers and your online mentors that will support you through and help you through the course. We've got our wonderful career team, and that's our amazing Susan Pincus on screen. And then, of course, we've got our jobs board and our alumni to connect into as well. One thing to mention about the work experience option is that it's pretty much pay for what you need. So it's very flexible. If you've got a job, you'll just pay your course fee. If you choose to do the 15-week option or the 25-day option in Perth, there's an additional fee for that module. And if you choose to do the 0-day work experience option, which was a COVID ad with a mentor, there's an additional fee for that. But I must say most of our students probably do the 75-day option. Here we are, College of Law final pitch as I wrap things up. We are pretty much got, over 5,000 students entering the profession pretty much each year. And we've got national resources. It's a national program. And if you do PLT with us, we also give you credit towards our master's program. At various times, we've got over 1,000 jobs on our jobs board. And I will mention that we're celebrating 6 years of the Centre for Legal Innovation. So if you're interested in legal tech, you should actually check out our Centre for Legal Innovation. Here's some tips just to choose what PLT provider is right for you. Look at what intakes they do. You know, is there regular intakes? If you miss one or want to take a break, is there another one starting soon? College of Law, but they're starting all the time. Can you study your way? Can you study part-time? Can you study full-time? Can you study face-to-face? Can you study online? Can you divide it up into an evening program? That, you know, work out what's best for you. Can you do it quickly? We can get you through in 15 weeks. Talk to friends and colleagues who are already admitted. Where did they study? What did they recommend? What was their experience? And certainly have a look at, are you studying on a local campus with local content and with local practitioners? So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. We do have a guide, and you can scan that QR code there. And I'd really love you to join with me on LinkedIn. So look me up on LinkedIn, Jacqui Owen, and connect, and we can keep going with the conversation. So here's Jeremy.
Thank you so much for that, Jacqui. That was amazing. A lot of really good insights for students, and I really appreciate you coming on and hosting the panel session as well. Definitely have the vocals warm, and provided some awesome insights for students. So thank you again for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. And also a massive thank you again to College of Law for sponsoring today's law stream. So
we've been very excited to do it. We jumped on the opportunity. And just a reminder that this was really quick, but we'll do a full presentation for you on the 22nd of April. And Jeremy is going to let us know who registered, and we will send you all a personal invitation. It's going to be at lunchtime. So 12 o'clock, Queensland, Brisbane, Sydney time. I think we're all back on the same time schedule. We would love you all to join us, and we can talk through these things in more detail at a slower pace. So thank you. Looking forward to the rest of it.
Fantastic. No, that sounds